Hey BookTube friends, I'm here to do a January wrap up, and I read quite a few books actually. I did have my own kind of readathon day in January, where I read I think 5 hours at least, counting up, and quite a few pages actually, so that's great just to kickstart the year. I did read some children's books as well as these that I'm gonna show you right now, but I'm not showing them. They're in Swedish anyway, so yeah. The first book I think I finished at least in January is Matilda by Roald Dahl. I started this in December. Didn't finish it until maybe the first week of January, and I really loved this. I've always loved the movie. I saw it at school for the first time, I think in preschool, and I fell in love with it from the beginning. And I've watched it maybe a year ago, and yeah, I still love it, and I really like this. It was so wicked. It's super freaky. Mrs. Trunchbull is just horrible. I feel like maybe J.K. Rowling got some of Umbridge qualities from her. Yeah, but this is definitely a recommendation to everyone really who likes middle grade fiction and just fun reads. Roald Dahl is super fun, and I like these cute illustrations. Yeah, and who of you does not like reading about people who love reading? Yeah, didn't think so. So, I read a short story. This is in Swedish by Hans Gunnarsson called Inca the Government. This is really freaky. It's about this middle-aged man who can't get over his ex, and he sends her pictures of his deck and just can't stay away from her. It's actually kind of funny. The ending is quite great actually, but mainly freaky, because people do actually do this kind of thing, and it's just weird, disgusting. And I read a very anticipated book in January for the readathon thing. Volume 5 of Saga by Fiona Staples, who made illustrations gorgeous as ever, and Brian K. Vaughan, which you all know. Kind of, yeah, I like this way better than the last one, number 4. My library got all the 5 of these. I kind of made them, but they already have someone borrowing them except for me, so that's great. And yeah, I really like this one. It's getting really exciting. I don't feel like I can tell you much about it. If you haven't read the first ones, I'll spoil for you, but I think I gave this 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. Then I read 3 real books, adult books. The first one is quite a heifer, maybe 430 pages. I read it in Swedish. It's Brideshead Revisited by Evelyn Waugh, and it's about 20s in Britain, and it starts off with Charles looking back. He's an officer in the military in the 40s, I guess, Second World War, and his squad comes to this place called Brideshead, and he's been there before, and he's kind of starting to reminisce about his past. That has to do with Brideshead and family flight who live there, especially Sebastian. It starts with Charles going to Oxford and meeting Sebastian, who is this weird rich kid with a teddy bear, really, and he doesn't want his family to control him, and he gets worse the more they care about Sebastian, and Charles just tells this really described story. Evelyn Baugh writes beautifully. It's very descriptive, and I really enjoyed it. It was quite fast. I could read it quite fast, even though not much happened except getting to know the characters, which I do really love. But my problem here was I didn't feel like I actually cared about anyone. I think I cared most about Cordelia, and she's the younger sister, and she's barely in this. So in that kind of sense, it felt a lot like Gatsby, only with Gatsby, I really cared. He made me care when he told the story of his past and about Gatsby and Daisy. When Charles told the story about the Fly family, I didn't care about them, and I didn't care about him because he tells about when he got married and everything, and just I didn't care. I didn't know. It's just no. But yeah, it's a good book. It's a good book. Just yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's good writing though, so I'd like to try something else by Evelyn Baugh. So if you know something that I might like better, please let me know in the comments down below. So then I read a book that from the library that I just couldn't wait to read it. I had to start it right away because there is a line for this book, and I have her first translated work. She's a Danish author called Josephine Klougart, and this is her second translation to Swedish. It's called Om Mörker, on Darkness, I guess. The picture is kind of creepy, and it's this lovely photograph of her here. And I have her first book in Swedish at home, which I still have not read. I started it twice. I'm not sure why I never finish it, because she has a lovely writing language. I love it. I just swept through this. I gave 5 stars. It was amazing. She writes very suggestive and dark, and actually this book is more about light or seeing the light, I guess. I just can't tell anymore what it's about. I just know I love it and I want to reread it a million times, so I'm probably gonna pick this up for myself, and I just can't do a good review of this because it's very lyrically written, if that's the right word. It's like short snippets, and a part of it is just pages like that with a few lines, not even in line like this. So it's a very fast read, even though it takes time, so you shouldn't read it too fast, really. God, I'm babbling. But yeah, I haven't done this in a while. Anyhow, it's a great book. If you're Scandinavian, try out Josephine Klougart. She's just lovely. She'll probably be a classic author in 100 years. I'd say so, yeah. And the last book I finished in January is another very anticipated read. It's Max Porter's Great is the Thing with Feathers, and I read this after On Darkness, and it's kind of... On Darkness don't have the kind of set characters like this has, but the feelings are kind of the same, on the same level, and this is just amazing. I give this 5 stars as well. This is also very lyrical, poetic. It's almost written like poems. It's just very nice, and it has like what Crow thinks, what Dad thinks, and what the boys think. So this is about a dad and 2 boys whose mother kills herself. So it's loosely based on Sylvia Plath and Ted Hughes, but also weaves into the teller's story. So you don't know if he tells a story about Sylvia and Ted, or himself and his own sons and what he himself feels. So that's very interesting. It's an interesting kind of way to write something and tell a story, and I really loved it. Definitely recommend this, and it's just gorgeous. Yeah. So those were the books I read in January. If you've read any of these, let me know, and if you have any tips on Evelyn Waugh books that I should try, let me know and talk to me in the comments. And I'm sorry about all the rambling. I'm just not used to this anymore. I don't know, I've been working too much. Yeah. I'll be back soon. Bye.